Good morning, dear children. The second lesson in class 10 is polynomials. The branch of mathematics, algebra, is introduced to you when you are already in 6th standard. Algebra deals with finding the value of an unknown quantity which is dependent on a known quantity and a relation is described between them. Let me make the idea of algebra clear to you by a very simple example. Two brothers take a total of 25 books to the school. The relation is the elder brother take 7 books more than the younger brother. What is the number of books carried by each child? In this case, you have to assume the number of books carried by the younger brother be X. The elder brother is carrying 7 books more than him, which shows that he is carrying X plus 7 books with him. And the total number of books they are carrying is given as 25, which proves that 2x plus 7 is equal to 25, 2x is equal to 18, x is equal to 9. That you got the assumed value. That means you assumed that let the number of books carried by the younger brother be x. So the number of books carried by younger brother is 9 and by the elder brother is 9 plus 7, 16, and the total is becoming as 25. Let us quickly review the terms algebraic expression, numbers, letters, 4 fundamental operations in mathematics, terms, coefficient, degree for reaching or arriving the definition of a polynomial. What is an algebraic expression? A combination of numbers and letters connected by the 4 fundamental operations of addition, subtraction, multiplication and division is termed as algebraic expression. This is an example of an algebraic expression. What is the meaning of or what are these terminologies, number and letters? The numbers we are using here, 2, 3 by 5. The numbers we are using here can be any real numbers. The letters usually we consider are X, Y, Z, etc. in the English alphabet. Now, what is the meaning of terms of an algebraic expression? Consider an expression 2 by 3x cubed minus root 5x square z plus 7 by 9x. What is the meaning of terms of this expression? The terms are 2 by 3x cubed is one of the terms. Minus root 5x square z is the second term and plus 7 by 9x is the term. That means the terms of an algebraic expression are 2 by 3x cubed minus 5 root 5x square z and 7 by 9x. Come to the term of coefficient. In this particular term, what is the coefficient of x cubed? The coefficient of x cubed is positive 2 by 3. What is the coefficient of z? It is minus root 5 x square. What is the coefficient of x? Positive 7 by 9. These are the basic terms which is used in an algebraic expression. Coming to the definition of degree. The degree of an algebraic expression is the highest power of the variable which is involved in the expression. Take the expression 2x squared minus 3xy plus 5. You can see 2x squared term, the degree of the power of x is 2. Here there are two variables x and y. X is having a power, y is having a power 1. The total of 1 plus 1 is 2 and the constant 5. The degree of this expression is 2, here also 2. The highest power is 2. So the degree of this expression is 2. Similarly, the degree of the second expression x cubed. So you have a total of power 4. 2 plus 2, 4 and 3, 1. The power is 4 or the degree is 4. Here you have only one variable. It has the power 1 or the degree of this expression is 1. Thus, the degree of an algebraic expression is the highest power of the variables involved in the algebraic expression. In class 9, you have learned an expression with only one variable x or y or t or s. Let's take an example of an expression with only one variable x, 2x to the power of 4 plus root 5x cubed minus 8x squared plus 9. This is an expression. You have only one variable x and you are just calling that expression as p of x is equal to 2x to the power of 4 plus root 5x cubed minus 8x squared plus 9. What are the terms of this polynomial? The first term is 2x to the power of 4. Second term plus root 5x cubed. Third term minus 8 squared, 8x squared, and the fourth term minus 9. What is the coefficient of x cubed? It is root 5. What is the coefficient of x squared? It is minus 8. Next, what is the degree of this polynomial? The degree, the highest power of the variable is 4. Hence, the degree of this polynomial is 4. The general form of a polynomial is p of x is equal to a0 plus a1x plus a2x squared plus etc. an x raised to n. That means any expression of the form p of x is equal to a0 plus a1x plus a2x square etc. an x raised to n is a polynomial in x if the first condition is a0, a1, a2 etc. an belong to the real number system. The real number system includes counting numbers, whole numbers, integers, rational numbers and irrational numbers. The second condition is the power of x should be a non-negative integer. The power of x should be a non-negative integer. What is the meaning of a non-negative integer? Is the numbers which includes 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. That means the integer value should not be negative. Examples of a polynomial: root 5x cubed minus 7x squared plus 6. First one. Second one, 7x is a polynomial. Number 3, 8 x cubed minus 7 by 3x is a polynomial. All these are examples of polynomial. Consider these expressions. The first expression, 5 by x minus 3x square plus 8. Is it a polynomial or not? The answer is no. Why? Because 1 by x in the first term corresponds to x to the power of -1, by which the second condition is not satisfied. Same way, square root x is the same as x to the power of half. There also, the condition that it is a non-negative integer is not satisfied. Thus, these two expressions which are given here are not polynomials because the power of x is not a non-negative integer. It is taking a negative integer here or here. It is becoming a rational number. After knowing the definition of polynomials, let us learn more about polynomials. Take the example of 3x minus 6. What is the degree of this polynomial? The variable involved is x and the degree or the power of the variable is 1, or the degree of this polynomial is 1, which shows that it is a linear polynomial. Second example as 5x square minus 6x plus 9. In this polynomial, the highest power of x is 2, and so the degree of this polynomial is 2. It is named as quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial. Same way, if you consider 7x cubed minus 6x square, this is a polynomial of degree 3 and it is named as a cubic polynomial. A cubic polynomial. That means a polynomial with degree 1 is a linear polynomial. A polynomial of degree 2 is called a quadratic polynomial, and a polynomial of degree 3 is called a cubic polynomial. Let us derive the general forms for a linear polynomial, quadratic polynomial and a cubic polynomial. Linear polynomial, the general form is ax plus b. The very important condition that a should not be 0. If a takes the value 0, ax will take a value 0 and it will be only a constant. Thus, the general form of a linear polynomial is ax plus b, where a not equal to 0. Similarly, what will be the general form of a quadratic polynomial? The general form is ax square plus bx plus c. The same logic of the term a should not be 0. The general form of a cubic polynomial is ax cubed plus bx square plus cx plus d. A similar explanation of the power, the x cubed term should not be 0, as the highest degree should be 3 of this particular polynomial. Once again, the general form of a linear polynomial ax plus b, where a not equal to 0. Quadratic polynomial ax square plus bx plus c, where a not equal to 0. Cubic polynomial ax cubed plus bx square plus cx plus d, where a not equal to 0. What are zeros? Solution or root of a polynomial. What is the meaning of zeros or root or solution of a polynomial? You have taken an example of a linear polynomial 2x plus 6 and we are calling that polynomial as p of x. What is the meaning of 0 is what value of x you will substitute or you will give so that this polynomial is becoming a 0 polynomial. The meaning is what value of x is satisfied in this polynomial so that it becomes a 0 polynomial. What you have learnt in 9th, 2x plus 6 equal to 0, 2x is equal to minus 6 or x is equal to minus 3. That is, if you substitute the value of x as minus 3, 2 into minus 3 plus 6 minus 6 plus 6 is equal to 0 or it is a 0 polynomial. A 0 polynomial means 0x. So what is the definition of 0 of a polynomial? The 0 of a polynomial is that value of the variable. It may be x, y, z. The 0 of a polynomial is that value of the variable which makes the polynomial a 0 polynomial. So, if you take the general form ax plus b, you call it as p of x, ax plus b should become a 0 polynomial, ax is equal to minus b or x is equal to minus b by a. When you see the example here, a linear polynomial has a degree 1 and so the maximum number of zeros a linear polynomial can have is 1. There is only one zero or one solution or one root for a linear polynomial. A second example of a quadratic polynomial. Take the example of x square plus 3x plus 2. The degree of this polynomial is 2. What is the 0 of this polynomial? The same explanation. What value of the variable will make this polynomial a 0 polynomial? When a linear polynomial is explained, a linear polynomial has a degree 1 and so it has a maximum of 1, 0. Comparing with that, what can you guess about the maximum number of zeros for a quadratic polynomial? A quadratic polynomial, since the degree is 2, it can have a maximum of 2 zeros or 2 values of x which can satisfy this polynomial and make it as a 0 polynomial. But it is not compulsory that all quadratic polynomials should have 2 zeros. It can have a maximum of 2 zeros. And what type of zeros? The zeros may be distinct. Distinct means they are 2 different values, or the zeros can be equal, or how to find the zeros of this polynomial. For explaining the method for finding the zeros of a quadratic polynomial, you need to revise the topic of factorization. This factorization involves splitting of middle term. Let me explain this. Later on, I will explain the general rule for this method of getting the factors or the zeros for a quadratic polynomial by splitting off middle term. The product value is plus 2, sum is plus 3. The factors of the product 2, which gives you a total of 3, is plus 1 and plus 2. You will split the middle term 3x as x squared plus 1x plus 2x plus 2. The common factor from the first 2 and the common factor from the next 2, x into x plus 1 plus 2 into x plus 1, which shows that your factorization is correct, as the terms here x plus 1, it is the same. Or again x plus 1 is a common and you are getting the factorization as x plus 1 and x plus 2. That is, the polynomial x squared plus 3x plus 2 is of the form x plus 1 into x plus 2. Now, what are the zeros? The zeros of this polynomial is that value of the variable which makes the polynomial a zero polynomial, means either x plus 1 can be a 0 or x plus 2 can be a 0. That is, it takes the value of minus 1 and minus 2. Thus, the zeros of the quadratic polynomial x squared plus 3x plus 2 is minus 1 and minus 2. As I have mentioned, it has two zeros, two distinct values or two different values. Let me take one more example. X squared minus 4x plus 4 as the quadratic polynomial. What are the zeros of this polynomial? The same method, as the product is positive 4, sum is negative 4. What are the factors of positive 4 which gives you a total of negative 4? The factors are minus 2 and minus 2. Minus 2 into minus 2 is giving you positive 4 and minus 2 plus minus 2 is giving you minus 4. The factorization is x squared. We are splitting the middle term as minus 2x plus 4. From the first two terms common, next two terms common. X into x minus 2. When you reach this step, please make sure you are bringing the same sign down. 2 and 4, the common factor is 2, and you can just copy this x minus 2, or what will happen is, if you put x plus 2 here, minus 2 into plus 2 is negative 4. Thus, your factorization will go wrong. Thus, the easy method is, whatever be the sign, you can just adopt here. The number which is common, you can take it. Now, the factorization is correct because minus 2 into x is minus 2x. Minus into minus is giving you a positive 4. And the terms x minus 2 is the same in both the places. Thus, the factorization is x minus 2 into x minus 2. The polynomial x squared minus 4x plus 4 is of the form x minus 2 into x minus 2. What are the zeros of this polynomial? The x minus 2 equal to 0, x minus 2 equal to 0, x equal to 2, x equal to 2. That means the polynomial x squared minus 4x plus 4 has two zeros, both of them being equal, or the value of x which satisfies this equation is x is equal to 2.